What's one thing people do that makes you pissed off? Whenever nobody believes you when you're telling the truth. People usually know me to tell the truth, but I have a terrible tendency to smile and laugh like I'm guilty. I hate when people act like something doesn't happen because they haven't seen it or don't know someone who's had it happen to them. Did you have COVID? Do you know anyone that had it? By that logic, Fiji does not exist because I've never been and don't know anyone that has. Will you please stop this? Fiji is real propaganda. Refuse to believe things which are objectively true simply because it offends or upsets them. Yeah, it's really frustrating when people are so deep into their beliefs that it's pretty much impossible to change their mind. It beeps me off when they start calling you a sheep for believing something that's objectively provable and observable even by layman's standards. You know? Stuff you don't need to be a scientist or some kind of genius to understand. I was on Facebook the other day and someone asked why all the schools needed to be open for in-person classes right now. I was like, yo, kids are basically little petri dishes, pandemic or not. Some other MF went on a semi-incoherent self-righteous rant about how I'm a brainwashed sheep. I've seen a picture floating around Facebook about how normalizing wearing a mask is supporting child trafficking and pedophilia, and basically anyone who's okay with wearing a mask is okay with pedos stealing kids. Try saying anything about coronavirus and wearing masks and get called a sheep and a democrat who hates kids. I saw a post where they took their little girl and put a hat and boy's shirt and shorts on over her clothes. They then went on a rant about how it only took 3 minutes to completely change her look, but that it was somehow just the mask that changed the kid's look. Not the hat, shorts, or shirt. No, just the mask. When someone accuses me of doing something I actually didn't, boy, that makes me furious. And then they don't believe your story. Alibi. Littering. There's so much fucking trash everywhere as it is. Why do you need to be such a lazy throwing or candy wrappers out of the car window? Greg. I'm a smoker, and I know that filters are one of the most littered pieces of trash, so I always put the filters back in my pack if there isn't an ashtray nearby. I'm a smoker too, and nothing beeps me off more than seeing people just casually flicking their butts out their car windows. I have one of those cup holder ashtrays. I was in the back seat of a coworker's car and watched them flick their cigarette butt out the window, in the middle of a Texas summer and drought. A minute or so later, I looked back and the whole grassy median was on fire. I'm not saying that he caused a fire, but he definitely caused that fire. Smokey the Bear would like to know his location. The rule in most schools now, if you defend yourself when the other person throws a punch, you will be suspended for fighting. The logic behind this bothers me to no end. The school district where I grew up will now suspend you even if you don't defend yourself, and just take the hit. It was already beyond fucked, and now it's even worse. I don't have kids, but if my child got suspended because they got beat up at school, I'd be hiring every goddamn attorney in the county to sue the school and take it all the way up to the Supreme Court if necessary. I'd be so pissed, I'd keep litigating that beep as far as I could just out of principle. Teach your kid you will be punished by the school either way, so make it a good hit. You won't get in beep at home, unless you are the problem. Exactly what we told our daughter. We don't care how much trouble she'd get in at school, because she wouldn't be in trouble with us. We'd go and see the teachers about it if she got in trouble for defending herself. I got bullied for literally 1 day at school as a kid. Told my mom and she told me to just hit the beep next time I saw him. So I did just that and never got bullied again. I said his name, he turned round and I bopped him right on the nose. In fact, I got a bit of a rep as a little crazy dude you don't mess with. Which is preferable to being a bullied kid. When a group of people walk slowly and shoulder to shoulder in aisles, sidewalks or corridors. Yes, thanks for the human blockade, now move out of the way. Then they see you behind them but won't move to the side to let you pass. Or you manage to get around them and they act like it's some great affront. Yeah, some people want to walk fast and not be stuck behind a human chain of your lumbering interrupting when someone is speaking. I've started just talking louder and powering through whenever I can. Even though they're clearly not listening to a word I'm saying, maybe they'll realize just how rude they're being. I've tried this, but I end up stopping because there is something in me that doesn't want to interrupt other people talking. even though I'm the one being interrupted. When they abandon their duty to reason, we are entitled to our own opinions but not our own facts. This is lost on a significant portion of the world population. NGT, we are entitled to our own opinion but not our own facts. This is beautiful and I will steal it. Playing music in a public place, no respect at all for those people. For some reason people think it's okay to do this on the bus where I live and it beeped me right off, especially since I have earphones in and I can't even hear my music cause theirs is so loud. People who have the sound on their phones turned up so you can hear them typing in every notification they get, also those that have the flash on for their notifications. Why the beep would anyone want that? Or people who take phone calls on speaker mode in public with the volume all the way up? So incredibly rude. No one else cares about your conversation or wants to hear it? Answer the person on the other end of the call like it's a group conversation. People who drive their cars while looking at their cell phones. I nearly got run over by a driver a few years ago, who was on her mobile phone. Thankfully she stopped just in time. She didn't apologize either, just shrugged at me as if I was in the wrong and drove off. Should have gotten a license plate pic just to show her. Animal cruelty. Talk beep when they have no idea about things. On a subject you do know about but they keep saying you're wrong. ARRRG. My sister has this habit of telling me I should do XYZ after I just said I'm going to do it. For example, I'm not really sure how the convo went but I told my sister something along the lines of yeah, I'm going to call and ask her, and she replied with yeah, you should call and ask her. Oh really? IDK, why it frustrates me so much when she does stuff like this, because how do you want me to respond to that? Tell you you're right for repeating what I said? Lol. My mom does this thing where I'll say I'm going to do something, and then before there's any reasonable chance I would have possibly been able to do that thing, she says, did you ever do XYZ? Like, it's 7 p.m. and I'll say, yeah, I'll probably call the dentist about it. Then at 7 o'clock the next morning she'll ask, did you ever call the dentist? WTF. People who tell me to do a thing when I am about to do that thing give themselves awards. LMAO. No, they've lost an argument so they just start insulting the other person. Nothing multiple people do really makes me mad, but there is this one thing that my mom does often. It's something that shouldn't make me mad. She'll walk past my door and tell me to do something, and tap on my door a couple times afterwards. It bugs the beep out of me. People talking during a movie. My friend and I had a theater to ourselves once and it was dope as beep to make jokes during the movie without annoying anyone else. There are two kinds of people in this world. One is the type who waits on a long annoying line and uses that time to get their materials in, questions ready. When it's their turn, they try to make their time there as efficient as possible so others don't have to wait as long. The other type waits and deliberately takes their time when it's their turn, even taking extra time, getting their stuff, asking extra questions, chit-chatting, because they feel they deserve after having to wait so long. The second type just burns my toast. That also boils my biscuits. It really grates my cheese, you guys. Turn signals are pretty easy to operate, yes. Why is that such an issue for most drivers? Is the purpose of a turn signal just lost on them? I compulsively signal. I live at a dead end and I still signal to turn in my driveway. Lawful good. Attention seekers make my blood boil. Even worse, it's attention seekers that constantly get given attention. Not using common sense. Just bugs me. Bullying. When someone treats you nicely and friendly but talk beep about you to other people. Two-faced asterisk 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 asterisk. When someone sends me a voice message because they are too lazy to type but the message is 2 minutes them just thinking how they were going to say something. 2 minutes, 30 seconds info. This lets me rage. Don't waste my time with you trying to think. Do it in your head, then compress it in words for me. Thinking that COVID is fake and they think they don't need a mask. Or, slightly less infuriating, when they casually comply but don't cover their goddamn nose. Asterisk like you might as well just sneeze all over everybody. Jesus Christ. Asterisk continues to argue after they've been shown definitive proof that they're wrong. Being part of the problem instead of part of the solution. Such as not wearing a mask in public, not passing while driving in passing lanes, rubbernecking roadside accidents, littering, throwing cigarette butts from cars, owning a pet but not caring for it, and so on. If you can't act responsibly, at least don't act irresponsibly. People who fake anxiety and depression, I have both and it's not fun, please beep off. The sad part is some people are skeptical whenever someone reaches out now. I've had someone tell me to stop faking it and grow up once. One of the many reasons why I don't talk about or seek help for my problems in this day and age. Driving slow in the left lane. Ugh, justifiable road rage. Texting or looking at their phone while driving is bad enough. Drivers who speed on city streets, weaving in and out of traffic to get ahead. Like, dude, I'm going to catch up with you at the next stoplight, which proves that you saved no time at all. Never actually listening to a conversation, just making it obvious they'd rather be elsewhere. People who interrupt me when mid-sentence or who start repeating what I say when I'm in the middle of saying it. Bonus points for people who interrupt me and finish and expect an answer before I even finish my sentence. Like, dude, just wait 5 seconds. I'm on the autism spectrum and it can be very hard for me to get a complex thought out into complete sentences. It takes lots of concentration and interruptions can totally kill my train of thought. The romanticization of suicide, mental illness, eating disorders, self-harm, etc. A lot of people like to seem trendy and get attention, so they falsely claim